In this video, I interview my coaching student Cotto on how he sold over 250K in his first year with Amazon online and retail arbitrage. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Miles. I'm a 25-year-old seven-figure Amazon seller on a mission to help as many of you guys as possible build the side hustle or business of your dreams this year. And if you're interested in unparalleled daily one-on-one access to myself, as well as all my coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies I don't share anywhere else, and to be around a community of people working to crush the game, consider applying down below for my coaching program. Let's get right into the interview with Koda.
What's up, Koda? Thanks for joining me, man.
What's going on?
Absolutely. So, man, I know you had a rip in December, a little bit lower in January, obviously just getting going with Q1 and everything, but you mentioned, February was starting off really good too, but just want to spit some game for the people in terms like your story and, really how you got into selling on Amazon and everything.
Yeah, so I figured out that Amazon was a thing. Let's see, it was August 2022. One thing a lot of people don't know about me, my history actually before Amazon, I actually had a long history of selling drugs, going in and out of jail for years or whatnot, went to prison, got out, and then I figured out about Amazon a few months after, and, seemed like, wow, this can actually go pretty good for me. I'm seeing results on Instagram, other people. I'm like, let's see if this was possible.
Okay, and then were you thinking like online and retail arbitrage right from the get-go or wholesale or private label? Like what business model do you see people talking about?
I've seen a lot of OA and RA. I started off with RA, ship it out myself or whatnot. It helped me get proof of concept pretty good. I would recommend that for everyone, just so you understand how Amazon works. And I pretty much started off my first, I'd say 98% of my sales were all FBM until I hit about.
That's so interesting too, because like a lot of people, man, literally that have been selling for years, like don't really think FBM is possible and everything. But talk about the benefits of FBM and how you were able to utilize it to see that initial success fast.
Yeah. So growing up, my parents went to Big Lots. I was like, okay, they went there for good deals. Let's see what it's about, So I went there, scanned like 3/4 of the store, found a few products. There were some dream crushers. And what I mean by that is I found good profitable products, but I was gated. So, I was like, oh man, can't sell this, but it's profitable. I'll make a mental note, So, I found a few products and, started going good.
Yeah, and the cool thing is obviously eventually too, knowing what you know now, it's like, okay, let me just go on a big website, buy 10 of those, get that ungate done easy and stuff, and keep that rolling. And the nice thing about retail arbitrage, man, for beginners, any of you guys listening, right? With OA, typically it's a little bit more complicated, discount codes, discounted gift cards, waiting for sales. RA, man, your competition is pretty much only the people that live near you. Because if I'm not mistaken, you live in a really rural area, right?
Yeah. I'm in the south suburbs of Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So some people live right near Chicago or right near New York or in Southern California where they have so much more opportunity available. And you were able to, really have good success in your local area. In terms of just getting those first initial sales with RA, what does that actually look like? Is it as simple as just going in and scanning as many products as possible and seeing a ton of data fast?
Yeah. So, I recommend this for everyone, new sellers, just really everyone. Once you're scanning the products, you're going to see request approval. Even if you're not going to buy the product, hit request approval. Might be an auto ungate, or you'll make a mental note that you'll need an invoice for it or whatnot. So pretty much just going around getting as much scans right at first. You're going to find some stuff that you won't be able to sell, but you'll know that it sells good. So you need to make a list. Okay, look, I can ungate this, and I know at this store that this brand or this product is profitable.
Yeah, and that's a mistake I think a lot of people make, man, is they go out and do it like once or twice, or even the same thing with our, and like, man, like this doesn't work when they haven't given time any compounding of time to elapse, man. And that like, dude, basically across a year, pretty much everything is profitable at some point, right? A new deal is coming up or XYZ sales happening or the market goes up on stuff. But if you only do this a little bit, you haven't given yourself any time. I would even say if you haven't been through like 2 Q4s, it's way too soon to give up. And so, because I know you were doing it for like a year or so before it initially really clicked, right?
I'm actually still under a year mark.
Oh, okay, cool. Exactly. So you had just initially learned about it in August of 2022. Like,
yeah, so that's when I found
it.
I found it on Instagram, just scrolling,
Sure.
and I studied it because I was still working my old job. which I was traveling, working 7 days a week,
Ooh, that makes sense.
sandblasting and painting water towers inside and out. So I was just doing some research on it for a couple of months before it. I'd never really prepared for really anything before. So I wanted to prepare myself for this because, I've seen people changing their lives doing it.
Sure. And obviously it takes a bunch of hard work and consistency to do that, right? But obviously you've been able to do it. I've been able to do it. Warner's been able to do it with implementing that stuff and, growing as a person and everything. What did that look like in terms of starting to mix in OA as well? Like what are some of the, whether it be like sourcing methods or specific suppliers that have worked really well for you with that?
Yeah. So always starting off, it was horrible. I mean, I sourced or tried to for like 3 or 4 hours. I found nothing. I think I found maybe one that was, low margins. And then I was like, man, there's got to be a way. I was watching your videos, found out about the FBA roadmap, joined that. Then I was able to, actually be able to find products OA. So once I started finding products OA with the background of RA, say I find something good, you either do order online and do pickup order to get it quicker, make that listing. If you have it shipped, I still make the listing just so then BQ will be up to speed when I actually get the product. You don't have to wait for the delay time. But yeah, so I mean, finding the products online and then, sourcing what stores, then I could go hit multiple of that store in one day.
Sure. And the cool thing, right, is either going out and doing RA, hitting multiple of the same store, or with OA, getting to see more of the scalability. The problem with OA is it's more complicated than going in store because you got to go through the checklist for each website. Okay, is there a coupon code I can get? Is there any sort of discounted gift card I can get with Card Bay or Top Cash Back? Is Valentine's Day's next week? Do I have a sale going on with this website? Or can I go to the .com/coupons and find a coupon? Or can I look around on Google, right? And then another thing you've done an incredibly good job of, and I know you and I really talked about it last night in terms of the value in it, man, is, making friends in the space, right? And everything. So what is, want to talk a little bit about like the networking side of things and getting to know other sellers and masterminding?
Yeah. So the first time you told me, you're like, you need to network, make a Twitter, didn't have a Twitter. I believed you, but I was like, is it really going to help?
Hey, of course, man. I
Dude,
bro, I was the same way 5 years ago with Gary Vee telling me to do that shit.
Yeah, you're like, it's going to be rough at first. And it was, I'm following other, sellers that are already successful. And, I'm like, man, how are they doing that? I need to step my game up, So, I got my own Discord, I got 4 of us on there. Shout out to my boys, Todd, Zach, and Lane.
Let's go.
We'll find whatever leads and we'll drop them in there, the source link and the Amazon link, check it out. If it looks good, buy it. If it doesn't, then pass on it, and, now you got 4 experienced sellers looking stuff up, so like yesterday I was out Frisbee golfing, enjoying my day, and bam, 3 new leads. I just found leads disc golfing, so, I mean, that's definitely been a huge help.
Yeah, dude. And the beautiful thing with that is that like making friends with other sellers costs no money, right? Documenting on social media costs no money. And there's infinite upside too, right? Because the downside is pretty much, okay, you lose maybe 6-7 minutes a day, snapping a quick picture of a shipment or whatever. But the upside is that people find you that you get along with and such. You start, having conversations. And it's typically, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, definitely the way it was for me. You kind of just got to find the type of people that you would hang out with if it was IRL. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I could see myself hanging out with all these guys. Actually, my buddy Lane, I met him at Ollie's in Iowa.
Yeah, dude,
And
exactly, right?
we connected.
Right. And it's like, dude, you're conditioned to be like scarcity mindset, not wanting to talk to other people and stuff. Meanwhile, the people who are crushing the game like Koda, he's having fun doing it with his friends on Discord and Instagram and such and everything. And then getting super tactical here, like what's some stuff that's really made the difference for you online arbitrage wise for the people that are in a similar point to you, maybe a year ago or 6 months ago that they're trying to do this stuff, man, but they're just not clicking in terms like finding stuff through getting those initial wins.
I think the problem I had at first was there was really no, like, I was just trying to find deals and like clearance and stuff. And like, you'll find stuff here and there, but the discounted gift cards, the cash back, the Amex blue card, stuff like that, that definitely makes something that might not be profitable, especially the discounted gift cards for sure.
Yeah, so that's with card bear and top cashback specifically. So what Koda means by that, right, is going on, and if a deal is, you know, a 28% ROI, it's not quite good enough. But if you can buy a discounted gift card for 8% off with card bear, that becomes a good skew then, right? And that is the difference between you finding something profitable that you would have passed on, that other people are probably gonna pass on, that might have a similar criteria and business model to you. As well. And definitely, I think what's important too is a lot of people imagine what sourcing should be is, like you said, what you thought going into clearance and trying to find deals, when a much better way to do it initially is to look at pre-vetted Amazon products that are inside the Amazon stores of other sellers, right? That way, everything you look at is pre-vetted and you already know it has good sales history. And therefore, when you Google stuff with SellerAmp, now you're getting introduced to new suppliers as well, which you can then locate those discounts and gift cards and such to make that stuff work. And then as we finish up here, like what's some stuff, if anything, you would tell yourself, you know, a year ago, or for the person that's just getting going, that's going to make a big difference than that did for you?
Definitely the networking, huge. Even if you're just starting off, post your journey, document it. You know, on social media or whatnot, you're gonna find, you know, other sellers that are on the same level as you. And that's really important. I mean, having other sellers that are way bigger than you know, it's you guys aren't going to be able to, you know, share buy box or whatnot, you know, and just don't give up. I mean, at first it's pretty rough.
And
Like
it should be, yeah, bro. Otherwise, everyone would be making a ton of money. You know what I mean? It should be hard, right? Anything doing worthwhile is hard, you know?
yeah. So like at first, you know, you might only find products that you're making like $2 on. I feel like that's like Amazon's filter to filter the people who think it's like a get rich quick thing.
Yep.
You know, and that filters out a lot of people, you know.
Yep.
So once you're able to get like a few orders or whatnot, you'll be able to submit some invoices and actually, you know, have them allow you to sell that product. And yeah, then the ball just starts rolling from there, you know.
Yeah, and the cool thing, man, is that now at this point in the game, you get so much more done with an hour of input because your skill, your output per hour based on your skill has increased so much. And it's going through that 6 month, that 12-month process to initially learn that's so important to gain that leverage and such. And then so we were talking about networking, social media, etc., being a cool thing that's been helpful for us. Where can people follow up with you on social media if they have any questions or want to follow you?
Oh yeah, sure. On Twitter and Instagram, King Koda AMZ.
Yeah, you follow the man right there. It'll be linked down below. And then I'm going to also put the free course link up on the screen right now if you guys want to get like a super tactical, like beginner guide. Let's kind of stuff. And we're talking about auto one gate ASIC too. So we'll put the auto one gate video on the screen too, in terms of helping you guys get that stuff done as well. So go follow the man. I'm so proud of this guy and appreciate you coming on, man.
Cool, man. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks everyone for watching.